you. Please sit down. The First Lady, Hajia Aisha Buhari, the President of the Senate, Excellencies, the Governors of Borno, Kogi, Osun, and Plateau States, members of the National Assembly, members of Federal Executive Council, members of the Diplomatic Corps, chairmen and members of the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, senior government officials, distinguished royal fathers, and religious leaders, invited ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to address you on this occasion, the flagging off of the project on marriage counseling. This conference is jointly organized by the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs under the leadership of His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, and the Future Initiative, Assured Initiative, under the leadership of Her Excellency Hajia Aisha Muhammadu Buhari. I understand that the essential objective of the joint effort is to find ways to reduce marital discord and rampant divorce, which has bedeviled our society. It is a project that has direct bearing on our well-being and development of our society. I appreciate the insight and thoughtfulness of the two organizations in conceiving the idea of the marriage education and counseling project. The two organizations had taken several months conducting marriage education and counseling seminars in about 5 states of the Federation before inviting us to flag off the national project. I understand that the project will be extended gradually to cover the whole country. While the tradition in Nigeria is that exercises, projects are flagged off at the point of their takeoff, the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs and the Future Assured have presented to us an unusual way of executing projects by doing things the other way around. This assures us that as a project that is already ongoing, it will not end up with this ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that the family is the primary unit of human communities. Human societies are essentially collections of family units. The primacy and centrality of the family to the survival and prosperity of human societies and their overall development cannot therefore be overemphasized. If we want to prosper as a nation, we must cherish the family and accord it the value, the respect, and indeed the sanctity it deserves. Our search for national rebirth, our efforts at fighting corruption and indiscipline, and our struggle for attitudinal change must all begin from the family unit. While we appreciate the significant role of the mass media and other public enlightenment channels and outfits in propagating and promoting positive values, we just have to acknowledge the fact that all these build, after all, often the foundations that must be laid down at home. This is what underscores the significance of this particular flag-off conference and the marriage education and counseling project in its entirety. There is no doubt that the survival of families depends on matrimonial harmony and stability. If that is the case, we must as well appreciate the fact that only stable families can meaningfully make positive contribution towards building a better society and the nation. there is an urgent need for propagating and defending our family values. It is on this note that I found the theme of this flag of conference, repositioning the Muslim family for national development, timely. I congratulate the organizers of this conference. In this endeavor, our religious leaders and organizations are most important catalysts. They are the custodians of our values and of our social ideals. It is therefore commendable that the Nigerian Supreme Council, in collaboration with the Future Assured Initiative, has risen up to this challenge. I, however, wish to call on all our other religious leaders and organizations, both Christian and Muslim, to follow suit by redirecting important elements of their preachings and teachings on family issues with a view to broadening the sensitization of people at the grassroots level. On our part, we appreciate the importance of economic support and empowerment for stabilizing the family. We have been conscious of the havoc poverty is wreaking on the family. We therefore believe that poverty alleviation is central to safeguarding the integrity of our families. Our administration introduced a number of economic empowerment and poverty alleviation schemes. Some of these directly impact on families, while others have indirect effect on families through their multiplier effects. The first and most robust program is the Social Investments Program, which serves as a very broad framework for availing Nigerian families at the grassroots level different forms of economic support. We have recorded huge successes in terms of saving millions of families from distress. We have been executing conditional cash transfer, and thousands of households have been touched. Our trader money and market money schemes have also been very successful. The school feeding program has assisted immensely in supporting poor Nigerian families in getting their children enrolled and sustained in school. Conversely, it has weeded millions of children from the street back to school. We will continue to do more in this direction. However, most of the challenges affecting the family fall within the mandates and jurisdictions of the state governments. In compliance with constitutional stipulations and provisions, we gave numerous support and bailouts to them to assist them in discharging these obligations and statutory mandates. It is our expectation that the state governments will rise up to these challenges and do their full parts in this social regeneration. I urge the recourse persons and participants in this conference to come up with practical recommendations that will help the federal and state governments in addressing these problems. I look forward to reading your recommendations in due course. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.